making a video right now.
Okay, so today's lesson is on factoring, but we're going to start with just review from converting to standard form. Okay, so if we're converting to standard form here, guys, what do I have to do in the first example? Who wants to tell me what I have to do in the first example?
The brackets.
I have to do the brackets, thank you. So you can expand them out. So you get x minus 6 times x minus 6 plus 20. I'll zoom in. Okay. And what are we doing here? What's the special word? Bed mass will happen. We're going to FOIL first. Okay, which is going to be x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 36 plus 20. Okay, if you wanted to, you could right away see that we could add stuff together. So I could take the negative 6 and make them what right away? I can make them negative 12x. Okay, so all I did was combine them there. Okay. Next step. Who'd like to tell me what the next step is?
Collect like terms.
We already did that. So we're the next step after that is what? Yeah, so you're going to multiply, which is called distributive property. So we're going to multiply the negative half into the brackets. So we get negative 1/2 x squared. We're going to get positive 6x. And then we're going to get, what? Here. It's going to be a negative number, right? Does anybody know how to do that?
Half of 36.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
18, thank you. And do you guys know why it's negative? Yeah, there's a negative number on the half, so that's why it changed. And then plus 20 at the end. Okay? Okay. Now it's collect like terms. What are the two like terms that could collect together?
Negative 18 and 20.
Yeah, negative 18 and 20. So if I was to collect them, what would be my final answer?
Negative 18 plus 20 is 2.
Yeah, so positive 2. So we would have our final answer there. Let's move on to the next question. Does everybody have that down?
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to slide over. Okay. I'll do this in a different color. So again, what are we going to start with in this situation?
Bracket.
Yeah, and we're going to FOIL first, right? So we've done a lot of foiling. We keep doing a lot of foiling. Okay? So leave the 3 on the outside. And we start inside the brackets. So we go x squared, right? We go negative 1x. We go positive 5x. And then negative 5. Next step is to collect like terms. Thank you. X squared. So we're going to get 4x here. Minus 5. And the last step.
Distributive property.
Yep, perfect. So we multiply in, we get 3x squared. We multiply by positive 4, we get 12x. And then we multiply by negative 5, we get negative 15. So that would be our final answer. And all you guys did here was go from the x-intercept form and the vertex form in these two questions to the standard form. Okay, which was just yesterday's lesson. But really, it's just review of old material. You guys have been doing a lot of this foiling before. Any questions on that?
So like factoring form
Yeah.
shows us the zeros, right?
Yes.
What does standard form show us?
Standard form gives us the quick access to the y-intercept. So you know right away the y-intercept is negative 15.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And standard form is that middle ground. So if you wanted to say convert from, you guys don't do this in this level, if you wanted to go from vertex form to x-intercept form, you have to get to standard form first. So it's that middle ground. Okay, yeah, it's middleman. Okay. So let's actually move on to today's lesson. So factoring is one method to convert the standard form equation to a factored zeros intercept form of the equation. It involves the backward process of creating brackets instead of the forward process of simplifying. So what we did to open up the activity today, we're just doing the opposite. So we're working backwards, okay? We will learn two types of factoring today. So the first one is common factoring, okay? Which is we always do common factoring first, okay? I'm just gonna move on to the next slide. So common factoring always happens first. Anytime you see an equation, you're always gonna look if you can common factor it first, okay? Can't stress that enough. So creates brackets by removing the repeated parts of an expression. So all we're doing is we're looking for pieces that are the same to be removed from the expression. I'm just going to color over this one thing because I don't like it. It's in the way here. Let's see if I have a different color. Okay. So I'm going to just cross through this because it should have been on the other side. The negative 25y squared and the plus 10y3. It's on this side of your paper, right, guys?
Yeah, we have it on our.
Okay, yeah. So on mine, it kind of got a little messed up. So I'm just going to cross that out. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to look at 2x plus 10. What is common between 2x and 10?
2.
Yeah. So what you would do is you would divide everything by 2. And you put that value out in front.
5.
Yeah. So and then we look at what's 2 divided by 2. What's left there?
1.
1x, right? And then what's 10 divided by 2?
5.
5.
Yeah, and it's a positive 5. So we've come up with our final answer here. Looking at question B, you're going to look at how many exponents you can take out if it's a common variable, okay? So in this above question, what would be common between the two?
1.
X what?
1.
No, X. How many can you take out? 2. Okay? Because remember, exponent law is adding and subtracting, right? So if I take out 2 from the first one, what's left?
1.
Yeah, so 1 x1 is left. And then if I take 2 out of this one,
0.
not 0.
1.
Yeah, it's negative 1 too, right? Because you have to incorporate that negative sign. So it'd be left with negative 1. And you can always check this. Let me show you how to do a check. To check, you take your answer you found and you just work the back way. So what would be x squared times x?
3.
Yeah, and what would be x squared times negative 1?
Negative x2.
So did you get the same answer you started out with?
Yes.
Then you've done it right. Okay? So that's a little bit of a check here. Okay?
Can we write that down?
That check? Yes, that's a great thing to write down. Okay. Sometimes when you have equations, you're only going to be able to take out so much of them. You're not going to be always able to take out everything. So in this one, what could we take out that's common between 6 and 14? 2. Okay, and what else?
X.
Yeah, 2x. So we're going to divide everything by 2x. You put that out in front of the brackets. So 6x squared divided by 2x is
3x.
3x. And then negative 14x divided by 2x is
Negative 7.
negative 7. And that's as far as you can go. Okay? You can't do anything else. So that is your final answer.
Like you can't refine it anymore, basically?
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't make it any lower. So it's all right if you're not left with like ones. Because some people get a little bit caught up on that you're going to be left with ones. Okay? Okay?
One goes into every number in the whole time.
Okay, and I'm going to move on to this last one. Okay, so 5 is the obvious one, and what else? 5y. Okay, so we're going to divide everything by 5y.
It's actually not that hard.
No, it's not too bad. Common factoring. Well, no, because you've done all of this factoring stuff before. It's not going to be too bad, I don't think.
So it's just 5y. And
5y, yep.
And
So let's start with the first one. 15y divided by 5y is?
3y.
Nope, just
3.
3, right, because the y is crossed out. What about negative 25y squared divided by 5y?
5y. Negative 5y.
Negative 5y, excellent job. And then the last one, positive 10y3 divided by 5y. 2y squared. Excellent job. That's it, except that you'll see that there will be an expansion off of this eventually. So this would be the next step. Okay? Not quite, no. It'd be, we could factor the inside of that.
Make it small.
So that is common factoring. Any questions about that, guys? Or is that fairly good?
Well, recorded.
What do you guys think? Pretty good?
Yeah, I think it's fairly easy.
Fairly easy?
Just
Okay.
pop up.
Second one is we called trinomial factoring or simple trinomial factoring. And there are 4 styles of these questions, which we will go over. But most of you will remember the first style, okay? Remember how I label? So you have, if I was to label standard form, it'd be ax squared plus bx plus c. And when we start, we look for values that multiply to the c value and add to the b value. Okay. So for example, in the first question, what is my c value of question A? What is the c value of question A? It's 4, thank you. So it'd be 4. And then what is my b value? Look at this, ready?
5.
Yeah, it's 5. Okay? So now what are the 2 numbers that would multiply to 4 but add to 5?
1 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 4. Excellent job. So remember, this is simple trinomial where our final answer just looks like x plus 1 and x plus 4. All we did was plug in those values into that.
That's your final
That's
answer
your final answer
for all 3.
for question A. What?
Like the next 3 questions.
You do the same.
Yeah, we're going to do the same thing. So let's try another one together, and then I'll have you have to try one by yourself. Okay? So I like to set it up like this, where we go, what are do the 2 values multiply to? And in this situation, it's 8, right? And then what do they add to, which is, notice that what is that? That's negative 6 this time. Okay? So just make sure you don't make that mistake.
Oh, that's hard.
That's harder. This is where you can use your blue sheet, right? You would look at your blue sheet for the number 8.
It's negative 4 and negative 2.
It would be negative 4 and negative 2. Excellent job, David.
That doesn't equal
Way to go, Dave.
positive 8.
No, they multiply, right? Negative 4 times negative 2 would give you positive 8. Yeah. So then we can rewrite it out in our form. X minus 4 and x minus 2. Does it matter which way you put these?
No.
No, it does not matter which way you put them. Okay? So that is fine. Do you guys want to try the last one by yourself?
But it's a negative.
Yeah, you just did a negative example.
Okay, but it's a video lesson. Are you just gonna make them wait?
Yeah, they can wait.
You guys can wait.
Okay, try it out. Try the last question. Okay?
They're probably on their phones right now. Now that they're waiting.
They're probably on their phones, yes, watching the video lesson.
Yeah.
It's 36.
Here you go, Sam.
Yeah, and then stay off your phone.
Yeah, Lane. Not even here.
Okay. So I've set up the first part, 36 and negative 20.
-10. Oh wait, what?
Pretty good. Okay.
That's an actual
Wait.
Mhm.
No.
Is this only parent time today?
Yes. We're almost done. Yep.
-2 and -18.
Negative 2 and negative 18. Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so we get the answers of negative 2, negative 18. Okay.
And then 2.
So our final answer, x minus 2, x minus 18. Okay.
And that's how you leave it, just like that.